I am so excited about this video, and you should be too, because I'm going to show you how to create an ebook from scratch in less than 30 minutes. Now, it's not going to be a bestseller, and in fact, you're going to unpublish it after you're done. But what it's going to do is it's going to show you the entire publishing process, and you're actually going to walk through every step to the point where your book is live on Amazon, so that all of your fears or confusions or worries about getting through the publishing process are going to go away, and then you'll be able to jump right into creating valuable content, valuable books that you'll be able to confidently and easily publish on Kindle. So of course, the first thing that you need to do in order to sell a Kindle book is sign up for a Kdp account. So you go to kdp.amazon.com. You can just search for KDP. It'll be the first thing that comes up. And you'll come to this page, you click sign in, put in your email here, and say I am a new customer, and click sign in. Then it's going to ask for your name, and it's going to ask you to type your email address again. Then it's going to have you enter a password, and type it again. And you click create account. Then it gives you all the terms and conditions that you'll read through. Scroll down the page here and it says agree or cancel. And then you're just going to click agree here, and it's going to take you in to your account. Now obviously this is my existing account, so I already have some books in here, but yours will look similar to this, and it will probably give you a pop-up here saying that you're missing some account information, and that in order to get paid or get started, you need that account information. If you don't see that, you can just go to your account. It'll have your name. Click on that. And that's going to bring you in here. So then you're going to go ahead and put your name in here. Put in your address. And I'm just going to put in some fictitious stuff to protect my identity. Put in your city. Postal code, your phone number, and that's done. Then you cruise down a page and you'll fill out tax information, and you put in basically your social security number and your name in here. Mine's obviously already filled out. And then your royalty information, where you just put in your bank account name and your bank account number. And then you drop down to the bottom here and you click save. Once you've saved it, you can go back to your bookshelf and you're going to create a new book. So you just go to create new title right here, and you can choose whether or not to enroll it in Kdp Select. And I'll go into Kdp Select more in other videos or in other courses, but it doesn't matter whether you sign up or not, you can still publish your book. You go down here, and this is where you're actually putting your book into Kdp to get it ready for publishing. So we're going to pause for a second here, and we're going to actually go create a book. So I'm just going to jump over here and open up a Word document, and I'm just going to put a book in here. We're going to call this My First eBook. We're going to make it bold. We're going to make it a little bigger. Click normal, and that'll change it back to smaller font. And then I'm going to say, by Steve McDonald. And honestly, you can just follow along and you can create your book exactly like this. Then I'm going to go to Insert Page Break. And that's going to drop me down to the next page. Then I'm going to say copyright Steve McDonald 2016. Click page break again. I'm going to type table of contents. Hit enter. Click page break again. I'm going to say chapter 1. I'm going to go up to home, and I'm going to change this to a heading 1. I'm going to hit enter, and I'm going to write, this is my first ebook ever. So excited to get it published. Once this book is live, I'll know that ebook publishing isn't nearly as hard as I once thought it was. Period. Okay. Now I'm going to go over here and I'm going to insert a table of contents. I'm going to highlight the table of contents. I'm going to go to Insert Bookmark. And I'm going to type TOC and then click Add. And all that does is it tells Amazon that this is where my table of contents is, so it can find it. Now I'm going to go down here and I'm going to go to References, Table of Contents, and I'm going to say Custom Table of Contents. I'm going to go down to Show 2 Levels. I'm going to get rid of the Show Page Numbers because you don't have page numbers, and I'm going to leave Use Hyperlinks clicked so that it will hyperlink my table of contents. Then I'm going to click OK, and you'll see that I now have a table of contents, and this is a clickable table of contents. And if I change this to say Chapter 1, my first ebook. So if I go back here and click in the table of contents field, it'll highlight it, and then I can right click it and say Update Field. And you'll notice now it's updated it to say Chapter 1, my first ebook. The reason it does that is it's going and finding everything that's formatted as a heading 1. See, this is heading 1, and it's putting it into my table of contents. Now I could throw a subtitle down here and say, I know it's really short. If I can learn to type. And then I'll go to call this heading 2. Then I'll go back up here and update this. And you see it's updated my table of contents with the subtitle there. And then I would go down here and I'd put more content in here. It may be short, but it's still an ebook. And it's live on Amazon. Okay, so that's my book. Now I'm going to go to File, Save As. I'm going to browse for a place to save it. I'm just going to save this to my desktop for the heck of it. And we'll call it my first ebook. That's completely fine. And notice it's saving it as a Word document. So it's going to put the DOC after it. And I'm going to click Save. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to my Kindle Direct Publishing. I'm going to put in my title. It was called My First Ebook. Your title always has to match the title of your book. And I didn't put a subtitle, but if you are publishing ebooks, you'll learn how to use keywords in subtitles to help your book sell. So I would normally put in a subtitle. It's not part of a series. It doesn't have an edition number. I don't have a branded publishing company, so I'm not going to put a publisher in it. Then a description. And I'm just going to say there's not much to tell, except that I'm excited about this book. Now, of course, once you get into publishing, you're going to perfect your descriptions as one of your most important sales pieces, and you're going to use the description to really sell your book. But at this point, I'm just showing you how to publish a book, so we'll keep it simple. Add contributors. Of course, you want to have your name in there. You could put a pen name if you wanted, but we'll just say Steve Donald. And select title. I'm the author. Click Save. Language, English. Doesn't have an ISBN. They'll assign a number for it. Verify your publishing rights. I do hold the necessary rights. All 4 sentences of this book are completely original. Target your book to customers. So we're going to just add some categories. We're going to put this one in the humor section. We're going to go to business and professional. It's definitely business and professional humor. And literary collections. This is definitely part of an American literary collection. Click Save. Of course, you know I'm joking here. If you're creating a gardening book, you'd want to go in and go to Gardening and find the specific categories that your book fits into. Okay, age range. There's not an age range on this. It's appropriate for everyone. Grade range, you can select that if you're doing children's books, but in this case, no problem. Okay, you can put in 7 keywords and you separate them by commas. Well, I don't really have any keywords yet, but you can put my first book, shortest ebook ever, and so on. But you put in the keyword phrase, comma, keyword phrase, comma, up to 7. Okay? Select your book release option. Now, if you're doing like a pre-launch, you can actually pre-release your book and people can pre-order it. I don't do that, so I'm just saying I'm ready to release my book now. Then we get to create a cover. Now, if you are doing this for profit, you're going to probably go to Fiverr or to another, say, Upworks, to find a freelance designer to create a cover for you. If you do it at Fiverr, you can get a really good one for about $5 or $10. If you go to Upworks or another freelancing site, you're definitely going to pay more, but you'll probably get a slightly better quality. But you can also create one in here. And again, if you're doing this for profit, I don't recommend doing it this way. But I'm just showing you how incredibly easy it is to create an ebook. So you launch the cover creator, say Save Changes and Continue. Let's get an image from the image gallery. We can use one of theirs. I'm going to try and find a cute cat. Oh, look at this guy. Yeah, he looks happy about a first ebook. All right, and then you see it just pops it right up here and gives us a design. Now, as you can see, none of these are good designs. So I'm recommending you don't use one of these and that you go and pay the $5 to have someone create one. But we're just going to choose this one, and you have to click Preview. That is an awfully adorable picture. Save and submit. All right, now we're back to our book detail page. So scrolling back down where we've entered all of our data to get back to our cover, and there it is. Our cover is uploaded. We're getting close. Upload your book file. You can enable digital rights management. I'll let you read more about that, whether you want to do that or not. But it's time to upload the book. You're going to click Browse. You're going to go find it on your computer. In my case, it's on my desktop. And you're going to open it, and it's going to start uploading it. And it's converting it to a Kindle format, and it's going to do a spell check on it. And then the coolest part ever is that I can preview the book to see pretty much exactly what it's going to look like on a Kindle reading device. And this usually takes a few minutes. I usually walk away and do something else. And then I come back and it's done. So see, it says upload and conversion successful. And now it's added a new field, preview your book. All we do is click preview book. And it brings up this amazing previewer. And I mean, basically this is just a kind of replica of what it would look like on a Fire HDX. And if you click this drop down, you can preview it on all kinds of different things. And you can see what it looks like. But we'll just leave it on the default setting. And when it first opens up, it always goes to your title page. And if you click backwards, you'll be able to see your cover. Aww. And then if you click forward, you'll go to your title page. And of course your copyright page. So it just goes through the pages. Every time I did a page break, it goes to another page. There's my table of contents. See these little hyperlinks? Cool. So I can click on chapter 1 and it's just going to go right to chapter 1. So there's my book. You can come over here and change the font size to make sure it's going to display and read well. You can change the font size all the way up to huge. So let's go somewhere still big. See how it moves just like a regular Kindle does. You can click on your table of contents and it'll show you what's in it. You can go to the beginning, you can go to the cover, or you can go to the table of contents again, and there are your chapters again. So you just click on those and it'll take you there. So you click on those to make sure that they work. You scroll around in your book to make sure everything looks good, and it looks good. So then you go back to your book details, and we'll scroll down once again. Our cover looks good. Our book looked good. We previewed it. Now you click Save and Continue. We only have one more step here, and we've got it. We've got this book published. So you go to your publishing territories. Do you want to select individual territories or worldwide territories? I'd like to sell it everywhere, so I'm going to say worldwide, unless you don't own the rights to sell it somewhere. Set your pricing and royalty. So you can either go in here and you can select these all manually, or you can go to this little button, View Service, and it's going to basically tell you what other books are selling for in your category. And typically it will come back as $2.99. That's generally the highest earnings for any book. And you can spend some time looking at this chart. It takes a little while to figure out what they're trying to show you here, but the moral of the story is between 99 cents and $2.99, you only get 35% of the royalty of your book, which is a bummer. So it makes a lot more sense to price it over $2.99. But you can see as the prices go up, the author earnings also goes down. Sometimes for really high demand books or longer books, it will put you in like the $3.99 to $4.99 range, and I usually follow their advice. But again, they're recommending $2.99, so I'm going to follow that advice. I'm just going to say yes. And you'll see that now it has filled in all of my pricing. And it's even setting all the prices for Europe and all the other markets where Amazon sells. It's also estimating my royalties. So when I sell one at $2.99, usually I'll get 70% of it. There are a few exceptions, and you can read up on that. Generally, I'll get 70%, which is $2.08. So that's awesome. Like I say, it copies it down for all of the other areas. And we'll go down, down, down. You click here to confirm that you have the rights to the content. You have to read through their terms and conditions, and then you click Save and Publish. So it says Publishing. So I can go back to my bookshelf, and back at my bookshelf you can see here's my book. It's in review right now, and it says that sometimes it can take up to 72 hours, but I have rarely seen a book take more than 12 to 24 hours. So now I just sit back and wait for this puppy to be published, no pun intended. Okay, now we fast forward 1 hour and we click refresh, and look what we see now. Now it's showing status live, updates publishing, and it shows that we can view it on Amazon. Now it's not for sale yet because it's still working on these updates, but I can go to view on Amazon here, and if I click US, look at that, there it is. Shows my author name there, and it's there, it's out there on Amazon. Now in another few hours, once those updates are finished, you'll actually be able to purchase it and all that. And then of course, once this all updates and it is live, then you'll want to go back in, go to here, well I'll show you on this one, go to here and click on Publish so that you don't have your pretend book out there. Not that anyone would see it, because that's part of the trick is in order to actually sell books, you have to use keywords and you have to create it in a way that brings people to it. But that is how you get your feet wet and get over that fear of this process. I know that it seems really complicated and intimidating at first, but now that you've seen that, do you understand how simple the steps are? And if you just follow this video through and create your own book and publish it, you'll see how quick and easy this process is. And then you can start to get to work either writing your own book or outsourcing your book, and start with a short book. You can do 10 to 20 pages, about 5,000 words, just teaching about a hobby or any skill, talent, or knowledge that you have to create a short ebook that brings some value into the world, and you can price it at $2.99 and get it out there and get it selling. So your assignment is to follow this video step by step, go to Kindle Direct Publishing, sign up for your account, and create an ebook exactly like I just did. Then once you've unpublished it, the next step is to go learn more, because now you're going to start to learn about how to use keywords in your titles, how to research keywords, how to write descriptions, and then obviously how to come up with great subject matter for your book to start making money on Kindle.